Hi everybody, welcome back to Vintage Story Nomad episode 19 with me, Sid. And I've done a little bit of processing between episodes. So I have got 28 iron ingots forged. I've got quite a lot of iron ore. Nothing in here, and I've being busy there now. I have been down and mined quite a few loads, and as a result I have got a number of skill points to spend in my various things. Let's start with processing. We haven't got her, so we got collecting. We ended up with farming and mining. Mining, I'd like ore miner, but I can't get that now until what do I need now? Required level 3, current tier. Well, I'm level 4, hang on. Miner 0 of 1, so you'll receive 40 more experience. The number of professions you can earn is limited. Okay. Do I want to take that? I need level 5, so I can't right now. So I could do Pickaxe Expert, which increases your mining speed 1% for each level, or I could not reduce my durability. Ore Miner is incompatible with Stone Breaker, and it's incompatible with Stone Cutter Tier 3. So, and Gemstone Miner Tier 3. However, that's increasing the amount of stone. Chance of receiving a raw rock, I don't really. I am inclined to go there for that one. Now in farming, we've got level 2. We've got a choice of green thumb, increases the yield of harvested crops. We've got increases the yield of gathered seeds, and increases the yield from. We'll go with farming, I think. And then on survival, it was pointed out that I should definitely go for strong back, because that will give me another 3 slots in my thing. I need to get to level 6, and I need mining or metalworking to be level 4 or 5 to take the next level of that. And then we've got temporal adaptation, which basically I got by being in the mine, because obviously the mine is temporally unstable, and that's how you get the points, by existing in a temporally unstable environment. But the question is here, I don't really want to at the moment go with improving my stability, because my stability is what actually gives me things. I don't even know what sparring mode is. That's okay. So I think temporal recovery might be a good one to go with there. Anyway, that is enough of that. We have our things. I have also now got, obviously I've got an iron shovel, I've got an iron shovel, I've got an iron hammer. The iron hammer actually needs to go on a wall somewhere. I don't need to be carrying that with me. That pick will keep. I need to find the bony soil. What did I do? Well, the bony soil is there, so we can put the away. The fire clay can go in there with the fire clay. Just clear my inventory a wee bit, because I've got a little bit of bronze there, which we can put away. Got some dirt. I've got some resin. Oh, we got those. So these are my 3 extras, are they? Okay, that's handy. Right, and then the resin can go in there for now. Keep the dirt, got the bucket, blah blah blah. Don't really need the bucket on my personage, but we'll pop you there. That dirt will turn into more of those, so I've just got some more of those blocks. Saves me trying to work out what to do with them. I'm going to put that pickaxe away for now, but more importantly, I have got 4 iron boar spears, which are doing 4.5 damage or 7 when thrown, which is considerably more than what we're running with right now. So we'll pop that up there, pop that there, pop that one there, we'll pop that one there. Those can go up in place up there, that can come here, and I feel considerably safer than I did, which is great. That's always a good place to be. Safer is good. I could actually stop carrying flint around with me now as well, because the likelihood of me actually requiring flint is now quite low. So, in terms of stuff, the crops are growing. 6 of 12 here, those are at 3 of 9, those are 5 of 12. These are actually almost ripe. The carrots are getting closer, as the onions are a bit behind, and then we've got all the bushes that we can find just stacked up around here. So food eventually over here will not be an issue. We've got a charcoal pit just down there, which we filled and ran. And most importantly, we have a big old ruin over here that I would like to go and have a look at. So it is 11:15 at night, so let us sleep off the night, go and get my boat. I'll take my tent bag as well, just to be on the safe side, and let's go and have a look at that big old ruin, because we get up to, don't want to sleep too late, because what we don't want is to miss out on our opportunity over here. The rock pillar over there is still there. I'm not going to go and play with it. It's not doing me any harm being there, so yeah, why worry about it, hey? Let's pick that up and get my ore, jump in the boat, and we are going to head off over to that ruin and hopefully not die. I'm going to do my damnedest not to, because I'm fairly certain there could be at least one saw blade locust. I've encountered them where there's more than one, and I'm really hoping this isn't one of those where there is more than one, because that would be painful. But over there we'll be able to get meteoric iron, which we can also process, and we've got enough iron now to actually consider making an iron anvil, which, well, basically it's the last anvil we'll ever need. You know, you will not need anything bigger than an iron anvil. Steel anvil doesn't have a use in the game yet, other than flexing. So yeah, that's always a useful one to bear in mind, that you know you're never going to need the steel anvil. Right, I'll leave the boat there. I'm going to grab, in fact I'm going to be ready for anything, because I've not been over here yet, and this is an area that could be a little wolfy. A lot of lag. I may want to restart before I commit to going much further. That wasn't too bad. Yeah, it's got 2 days. Again, always worthwhile picking up food when you see it, especially if you go in an area where you're not going to be coming back. Something over there from the Rust and Rot mod, but we'll deal with him in a second. Let's and we'll have the flax because that's ripe. Or at least some of it is. This is the only deal. The downside to doing this, of course, is my inventory's full before I even get there. Three stabs for a kill. Not too bad. Alright, let's progress onwards and let's go and see if we can't find ourselves a saw blade locust. That's always a thing. The lag doesn't seem to be too bad. It must have been a thing. I'll grab some of these berries on the way back rather than grabbing them now. So, I mean, this ruin is, wow, it's actually smooth stone. I don't think I've ever seen one like this. Well, hello. Before. That is unusual. As you loot up in that tower, but I've never seen one made of stone like this before. I wonder whether this is a glitch or whether it's a design. Normally if there's a saw blade, it's up there, or on occasion I've seen, well, the one where I've seen three saw blade, look, there he is. Yep, there is a saw blade. Now the question is, I mean, how much meteoric is there in this? Because I think they significantly nerfed the amount of meteoric iron that you get in this structure. But I mean, there's a reasonable amount. I'm sure we'll check it all out. There should be quite a bit in there as well, which I'm not seeing. Little trader over there, a bit more food there. Again, let's not clutter my inventory too much. Let's go and see what this trader is. Building materials. You have got 52 in the forestry for 8 gears. I haven't got, well, I haven't got my gears on me out, and let me just. 5, 6, 7, 8. Might as well, when they're reasonably cheap, I'll take it. I think the rest of that is largely useless. Get a little bit of free forestry, eh? Right. I can't keep putting this off. You see, I went up on there, and that's where I encountered, on that side, I encountered 2 saw blades on one of these. And I'm not sure whether I'm quite ready to encounter 2 saw blades this time around. So let's go and see if we can't just deal with that 1 saw blade, shall we? But yeah, definitely looks like they've significantly nerfed the meteoric on this, which is probably not bad. Right, where is that locust? I really would prefer not to have it ambush me. Oh, wonderful. There's a temporal storm approaching. Great. Bloody perfect. Wonderful. Awesome. I'm almost certainly going to sleep through it. Again, I haven't actually found, apart from the hiding technique, which obviously you've seen me use before, Is it a technique? It's a thing, isn't it? It's basically nope, I am not doing that. So apart from that, I haven't really. Where is that saw blade? Found an effective way of dealing with temporal storms in this version of Vintage Story. Well, that's an all. Let me just get rid of that. Get rid of that. Didn't get a book out of that one. That's a shame. Law book. We can read it and put it down. Clay. Prisoner binds. Probably. Bit of copper. Quirky tavern. I don't even know whether I've got that. Let's take it. But not really at much over this side. There's not a huge amount in terms when you actually get into this, in just in terms of. There he is. Look, he's up there. The problem is, I don't think. I mean, do I just ignore it? Hi, hello. Could try this, I suppose. Don't know whether I can throw it far enough. I can't believe I'm actively trying to attract the attention of a saw blade locust. Damn you. He comes down and I still can't hit him. Right, I'm just going to grab a load. Where's he gone now? Don't mind them, they can do what they like. It's that fella. Oh, come on. Got him. Now, is he doing anything? He's not taking the bait, is he? I suppose we just ignore it and hope he goes away. It seems to be the sensible, pragmatic way to handle that. Similarly, we can just pillar up the outside of that one. I don't need to. I encountered the saw blades when I went around that way, so we could just, you know, make it somebody else's problem. Yeah, possible. Now what? Is there any more unpleasantness floating around out here? Or do I just go and start on my Meteorite Iron quest? It's just a thought. I mean, I'm fairly certain that thing will, if it hits me, it'll wreck me. So let's start off here. There's our first bit of meteoric. Right, I've got these. I mean, I'm not going to be too salty if they've significantly reduced the amount of meteoric in here, just because it was, if I'm brutally honest, it was stupidly overpowered, this area. You know, I've had trawls where I've come out here and literally come back with a 200 or 300 meteoric iron from one of these ruins on an early version, so I do think it spawned too much meteoric. So would have been nice though. But then I've got particle mod, so I'll see the meteors when I see them anyway. That's not a significant issue. So that was a couple of pieces there. Can't remember whether there was anything further out or whether I'm better off digging in now. Look at it, just hovering up there, just being nasty and unpleasant. Not seeing any more meteoric up here though, so let's go down. What I probably need to do is just dig myself a safe space to sleep away the storm as well. I have got a bed on me, haven't I? Yes. Right, let's just pretend that isn't there. This goes against everything that I know to be a sensible move. Ignoring the saw blade locust. It's a real smart move, I know it is, I can feel it. But he's miles away, so let's just yeah, they used to just like break a block of kimberlite, suvite, and there was a meteor under it. Now doesn't look that way, does it? I think we're going to have to mine a bit and just see what we can get. Do I go under the, I mean the other one is the opposite, go under the obsidian of course. I mean they're both clues, aren't they? Come on, there must be more than that one bit. Don't know how this is going to work, but we'll try it. So that can go down there. Yeah, I think we're going to struggle with the meteoric. I don't think it's as rich as it was in this area. Might get a little bit more here, just keeping my eyes open, and ears for that matter, because the first thing I might get with that is when I hear it coming. That might be of course too late, because it might have got its soaring by then, but and Taylor Gambleson is not there's a little bit more. It's not really the the armour of choice for that, shall we say. So I'm going to just do, it's still up there, it's all good. I'm going to do a little bit of mining down here. I'll get, I mean, we've got 6 ingots there of meteoric, that's a start. And that's taking us up even higher, so let's see what else we can find down here. Well, I'll continue and I'll be back in a short while. Alright, it's the morning. We slept through the storm. That worked really well actually. If you place the bed down, you can sit on it, and still not quite daytime. We've got 30 meteoric, which is 15. I think I could dig further, but I'm really not liking that thing being up there. Yeah, I just look at his little eyes. Look at him. Can I do that and that? Okay. Yeah. Oh no, he's come back. Okay, I can't get him. Right. What I do need to do, however, is be a little bit more selective about what I'm carrying, because I've got a lot of crap here. Don't really need that. Do need to eat. What have we got? One day, 5 hours. And then I want to have a look in that tower and just go and see. Oh, hello. That's a couple of rock beasts. Could have been unpleasant. Just as a matter of curiosity, have we unveiled anything coming over here? Not seeing anything, but we've got rivers to pursue and lakes and all sorts of things. Lots of really good stuff to go and play with. However, let's go and play with this tower here and be ready for anything. I'm not going to be ready for anything. You know as well as I do, I'm never ready for anything. But yeah, I mean, that's a good start anyway. I'm just going to come in just because if something falls on me, I want to be close to the wall. Because this is going to kill me if I fall off of here, I think. Oh, yeah, they're a long way from home. Okay, so here we are. There's a little bit of up. Again, what do I want? I'm actually going to grab maybe that bit of barricade as well. Not because I really want the barricade, but I'd like to do something with my tent to make it, I don't know, more of a tent. Jonas Park, fired croc. I'll take that because I lost a few of those. Oh, okay. That ended up there, did it? There's nothing else up here, is there? Oh. Did not know you could get out there. Not seeing any. Oh, look there. There's a saw blade. There was one there. Did not know you could get up that bit. That was a surprise. We want you, because that will give me the location of the university if I trade that with a treasure hunter. You've got nothing. I want that because I'm not really worried about. I mean, it's just an interesting objet d'art. The metal I'm interested in. These are we can probably get them with a chisel. Well, we can get them with the chisel tool pallets, but I think, what's that? Bottom half of a tapestry. All right. Not really seeing anything desperate that I want there. I don't think there's anything desperate that I want over there. I mean, that an interesting thing. Look at that. You can see my fort from over there. But to be honest, this is all stuff that's really good if you're going to do a lot of building, but not a lot if you're going to do a lot of travelling. I don't know whether I'll be able to pick that up or not, but we'll head over here. Let me just make sure that I'm on the right one, because taking out the block that you stood on will make you feel a fool when you fall to your death. Now we've still got plenty of time to go. And again, not grabbing the pipes because they're not going to be of any great use to me, I don't think. And if they do, then I know where I can find them, don't I? So let's get down. We can mark this one off as, I really should go into that central column just briefly as well. I'm just wondering which is the best way to approach that. Oh, we've got a rock pillar over there as well. Great. Nothing in here. Alright, and that was totally not worthwhile. Okay. Right. So I suppose the question is now is where to go next. I need to eat something. They've got 8 hours, so that can go on the bar and that can become my sustenance. There's plenty of food over here. I'm going to grab this flax just because, again, there's a whole load of it that's ripe, and we'll grab the seeds. Not that I need them for where I am, but they will be handy. Did I have onions? I do have. Oh, they're not carrots. Okay, doesn't matter. I thought I still didn't. I see. Again, I'm just kind of working on what I've got in my inventory to see what, if anything, I can fit in there without taking up another stack position. Could have sworn I saw something out this way. There you go. What are you? Turnips. Don't need turnips. Don't really need berries. What I probably need to do is get back to the boat, I think, and Piggy, let's just leave you to it. I think I'm going to get back to the boat. I'm going to leave this well enough alone. We'll mark it off as done, and we'll leave that fella to his devices. You know, not fighting the monsters is a valid strategy. It's probably less interesting strategy from a point of view of viewing, but it's certainly a more interesting strategy from the point of view of not dying. That's always, you know, always a good move. So, what do we do next? I need to make myself. I need to go and find my boat for starters. I could do with killing them piggies as well, to be honest. But I'm a little bit over endowed in the crap department. Hang on, let me then at least I've got a little bit of meat to eat and more. Why? Oh, that's from the bloke that I killed, wasn't it? The rock beastie bloke, the rock walker shambler thing, hoofer or smajig. Right, well, let's take this and go back to a place of safety, I suppose, and look to do our next thing, which I suppose the next thing we need to do is make an iron anvil. So harvest my charcoal pit and sort my loot out, and yeah, we'll let me just change you to red and to complete. Okay, I mean, technically not 100% complete. I didn't kill the monster, but yeah, that's as much as you're getting. There's still stuff over there to raid as well, but let's the eclipse. And that was a partial eclipse. Right, yeah, let me go and sort myself out and I will be back in a second. Alright, I've just realised something. I can't do the anvil unless I've got borax. And I'm fairly certain that I have not found any borax anywhere, powdered or in ore form. I'm just double checking because, you know, could be wrong. I'm hoping I'm wrong. I've also pretty much running out of storage space in this place already. That is quartz, so you're not going to help. Yeah, none of that's going to help me. And none of that is going to help me. Definitely none of that. However, that lot can go in there. What have we got upstairs? Have we got anything? Come on, please. Just because I haven't even got any. I will use the word cheaty. I need to also go and make myself some more wheat tannin because my tannin's almost run out. I haven't got any cheaty methods of getting borax. This, I need to find it in the world. No, I don't. Okay, so I'm going to need let me get this right because I want to make the things. Yeah, I'm going to need 5 for the base, 5 ingots, and 5 ingots for the top, so it's 10 ingots basically. Now it has suggested that I am better at making a plate for the base. For the top, probably not, and there's very little margin for error. So what I probably want to do to start off with is, what I actually probably want to do to start off with is forge, get these going. I'm doing control on in this save, and that'll get me 3. Okay, that's fine. Let me go and grab some charcoal. Don't like the way everything goes into those slots first, but well, that's going to make me some meteoric iron. I'm not going to be able to do anything with it yet, but at least we can get it cooking. And then we can start working on this anvil base. And then we can work on the anvil top. And like I say, the smithing recipe for this is not one that you really want to be auto-processing. Because it will, I mean, if you've got lots and lots of resource, go ahead and auto process it. You know, it's not the end of the world. But if you haven't got a lot of resource, or you don't want to waste resource, take your time. Because you're going to need it. Now the base, apparently there is around about 15 spare voxels, so you can cock up on the base. That is an option. I need that. What I need to do is just get my my tanning going down here, so I can process the next batch of leather, well, the next 2 batches of leather actually, if I'm brutally honest. You need that, and you're going to seal, and that will be wheat tanning in a little while. Let's get back up to the safety of our fort. The turnips are actually ready, by the way. I can harvest those whenever we're ready to go, but I definitely want to try and get my forge, but I want to get my other tent sorted so we can travel in style. I tried to put my tent here and it would not go, and I wonder whether there is a block of things going in, or maybe it just doesn't like this surface it was on. I don't know, but I need a hammer, and I need those, and I need to keep myself fed. And we are going to start off with, somewhere in this lot there's an iron plate. I really shouldn't have done those yet, but this we can auto process. Just because we can. I think it uses pretty much almost, yeah, there's 3 voxels, and we know there's some room for maneuver. Now the reason why it suggests an iron plate, now where is that anvil base? The reason it suggests this is because let's bring this. You can only go so high with the ingots before you start losing material. And of course, you know, Napster would handle this quite adequately, but it doesn't need to. But the next one, the next level, if you like, of shape is less forgiving. The top, there's basically no room for error. If you screw up, you're going to have to go and put another ingot in. So I'm going to try and make this as smoothly as possible. Which means I'm probably going to have to reheat those because I think they're going to get down, they're going to lose temperature before we get there. Now that should be pretty much everything. So let's now just bring these and then maybe, just maybe, I can get away with this. So yeah, it's a slow process. Not made easier by, I mean, it's not the easiest of things to see what's going on, if I'm really honest. You know, the shape really doesn't lend itself to ease of identifying what you're doing. I can see there's, they really don't. Nope, that needs to be there. But yeah, we are going to have to reheat this several times. We're going to have to move things around a wee bit because there's one more ingot worth of material that needs to go in. I'm fairly certain that will drop in there. I'm fairly certain there's space for another one. To drop in. Now I'm going to guess that I think that's too cold, so let's put you in the forge. Let me go and grab some stuff and we'll heat that up and I'll be back in a sec. Alright, that should be everything we need to do, I think, then. Just take, oh, that was, so there was a void there. And then just move these around. That way. And then that way. Can I have a hit on these? We can just make sure I've not got anything missing. So that's our anvil base. Now we need to do 5 more ingots for an anvil top. So, and that one, as I say, is a damn sight more finicky. So we'll get these cooking. I'm going to do 2, 2 and 1, I think, actually, just because I've got the charcoal for starters, and I can spend a bit more time and just heat up the first 2, get those going, and then I can heat up the next 2, and then I can heat up the last one, and it just means that I'm not heating everything up and then you know, having to go back to it. So let me let this heat up and I'll be back in a second. Alright, Anvil top. So we got the same problem. I wish it wouldn't actually display the top layer until you'd done the bottom layer. I think that would be a really nice feature. But what we do is we're going to basically keep this as flat as possible. And try and avoid having anything that even resembles a block. You know, if I have to move a whole chunk of voxels out just to move them back in again, that is an acceptable sacrifice. And I realise I could be doing this down, you know, and pulling those down from the other end, but it doesn't really matter. This is all going to work lovely, I think. Yeah, we're completely flat there. Let me light that up. We should have at least some usage of that. Yeah, that's going right. And then I'm going to start off with getting this one and just get that in there. And then I'd like to, I think, get as much of the flat piece in. This is actually, I think, because it's fiddly and you can't really auto-complete it, I think this is where the mini game actually has some validity. I've not, you know, the mini game is quite tedious after a while. So actually making it so you have to be able to at least do it I think has a certain charm to it, because if you all you ever did was autocomplete, you'll struggle. Well, at least you struggle a bit. It's not that hard, but you know. And of course, you've always got the option of just accepting the cost of another ingot. So even if you completely foul it all up, then you should always have an option. Anyway, I am going to continue for a little while, because this is going to be very much more of the same, and I'll come back when we're getting close to completing maybe the second to last or the last ingot, and we'll see how we go. Yeah, back in a moment. I'm not sure whether I've managed to do this or not. I've pushed the two off to the side and won't let me do that. Why won't you let me do that? But you will, I bet. Let me. There you go. We're still a workable temperature, so I'm not sure why that's playing like that. Come on, we're so close. We got it. Now you are workable. You are, I think, workable. Let's give it a try. Bottom half is too cold. Okay, that's fine. I don't mind. We can. I've brought extra charcoal. I can't. Yeah, I thought I'd screwed that. I genuinely did. But doesn't matter. We managed to pull it round, which means that we have got an iron anvil. These are also cooked, so we can break those in a moment. And yeah, that took a lot longer than I anticipated it taking. Roma, they drop their bags, but they are bells because they summon golems. So yeah, I've been learning. Obviously, you'll have seen, well, hopefully you'll have seen the mod spotlight we did, or I did. Right, and then we take you and we pop you on there, and then we 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bit more. There you go. We have an iron anvil. Now, what temperature are these at? They're too cold. always a chance, but you know. But we have got meteoric iron. We have got I mean, we haven't got a lot of meteoric iron. Well, I suppose we have, but you know what I mean. We've got an iron anvil. I think we are in a position where I need to make myself some alternative dye to blue so I can build a forge. Now, if I wanted black dye, I can make that by mixing grey dye and metal scraps, or is that it? Water and metal scraps, so 5 of those with 10. Okay, that we can do. Do I really want that? I mean, I don't like wasting it, but I'm not that fussy either. So let's make some grey dye, shall we? And then we can make some black dye. Well, then we can make black dye and 5 metal scraps. Seal. What was that? 8 hours. Okay. But then we can work on a tent bag to contain a forge. Now, whether the forge is going to go here and connect, or whether it's going to be a separate building, I haven't decided. It's going to be 2 stories, much like this one, but it's I want to basically, I really do need to tidy up in here. I also need to make use of this rooftop here. So these are all chisel blocks, which means that if I wanted to, let me just put those away for a second. Now, did I kept some nails, so if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I find, have I got any planks pre-cut? I probably have, and I'll probably miss them. Let me just do that many with I probably need to make an iron or meteoric saw, actually, don't I? At some point, my saw's in my backpack. So what we can do is get rid of you. They'll go in there, doesn't really matter, because those, what have I got there? A black bronze pick, so I really need to use those up as well before I wear these out. And the copper pick as well, for that matter, if I'm honest. But let's make 4 chests. And I'll pick you up. Let's go and grab my chisel, and we'll turn those into things, and then we're going to change you into a decorative high capacity chest. Let's try doing that properly. And what we can do is we'll do this one right next to the ladders. We'll place our high capacity chest down, and we'll pop that down, and now we've got storage on the roof. It's got that annoying visual bug, and I am reliably informed there's nothing we can do with it. That is a vintage story thing. It's a little bit of me is tempted to have a go at that guy. I can't remember what his hit points were. I'll have to go and watch my own mod spotlight to work that out. But we can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Technically could even do 25 if I wanted to do that, but that I would probably do as a chimney block. Yeah, there's a lot of space up here to store things. We just need to get creative about how we do it. Vessels I do want to store down here, but I want to store them on a shelf, which again I want to experiment with something. In fact, actually let's go and experiment with it, just because we can. If I were to get something that, let's find something we can chisel into a half decent shelf, maybe, or a table, or whatever. In fact, let me just quickly whack something together and I'll be back in a moment. Alright, there's a table. Actually, there's a quarter of a table. So we're going to use a trick, and I realise I use this a lot. I want paste, shape and materials. There's a simple chisel. Yeah, using a crafting grid to get a regular pantograph. Well, I'm fine at the moment, so I don't need it to do any of the fancy stuff. What I need to do is we're going to do you, we're going to do you, we're going to do no. We're going to do add shape. We're going to copy that, we're going to mirror, we're going to add shape. That's taking one, basically I made a quarter of a table, and now I have a whole table. But what we can do, I think, here is, and this is going to be an interesting little conundrum because there's not a lot of room down here right now, but let's take, actually no, because we've got tool racks there. Let's take, let's take you, put you there. Let's take high capacity decorative chest, put it there. Now, normally, if I were to, and I'm going to grab you, I'm going to put you on top of there temporarily. If I were to take this, in fact, let's take that one, and put that on top of there. Because it's a decorative chest, it will do that, it will take it. But if I were to just go with a normal chest, it won't do it. But because it's decorative, it treats it as if it was a solid object, which means that I've now got a storage vessel on a jar, on a chest. So that's an option. We can build some tables, some shelving, whatever. We can put these in and get those, and we can actually not waste the space underneath. The key is I don't want those to be resting on the floor, because if I have the problem where there's a hole when I put it down like that one, I'm going to lose the chest again, and that will make me sad. Yeah, want to be sad, want to be happy. So we need to decide what we're going to do where. There's a few choices to be made going forwards, but on the whole, happy with the progress. This is going to be probably one of the most boring screenshots out there, but let me F4, F12 and F4, an iron anvil and some meteoric iron. It's actually a big old milestone. We process more copper. If we get that copper process, then I can make more nails and strips. And at the moment, we'll just pass the time up here. I've got the means of making a coke oven now, which is good. And we can push on. Hopefully get some more crops grown once they have grown. That's cold, so yeah, there was always the chance that these will get too cold. I mean, we are into winter now, or well, we're in fall officially, sorry, autumn. But we can start harvesting. I have got flowers on some of these fruit bushes, so that's all good. I think we're in a pretty strong place. We just need to start thinking about what I want to do with this forge building, how I want to sort my storage out, because I think the forge will have the storage in the roof, we'll have the forge and then some storage, we'll have kitchen, we'll have living quarters, we'll have storage hidden up here. It is going to absolutely hammer me to pick them up, so we're not going to be doing that. This is 81% spoiled, that explains a lot. Well, let's not waste it. But until next time, thank you very much for watching, guys. I will see you soon. Bye for now.